Hello and welcome to the Creatives Garden. I'm Hikari Harpy, and as it is Friday once again, we will be working on the current Snapdragon Club comic story, which is The Actress's Tale. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the main camera. So for those who aren't familiar, the Snapdragon Club comic is sort of an anthology comic series in which each story takes place in the world of Sanctus. But what they have in common is that many of their characters will eventually end up at the titular Snapdragon Club. And as you can see on this page, that is precisely where our characters are right now. So, usually what I like to do for the Friday streams is that I will try to at least get 2 pages completely colored so that the comic will continue to progress and get done at a fairly steady pace. Just double checking to make sure that the little mini game is working. And I caught a dogfish. Adorable. If you're ever here in chat, then you too can also join the fishing minigame and see where you fish up. Oh, and that was a rare one too. Awesome. I'm just going to double check with the music very quick. Alright. Everything should be all good to go. I think I can safely announce that as of the recording of this particular stream, the new designs for the stickers should be coming soon to the Ko-fi shop. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen yet, my Ko-fi link is up there. Where if you don't feel like donating a boba, then I also do have stickers available. Excuse me. A little bit dusty here in the Creatives Garden, it seems. Perhaps it's time I do some autumn cleaning, perhaps. But that's alright. In any case, as I was saying, currently in the sticker shop, we have designs such as these, which are some of the lovely characters that you may find in Sanctus. But these, along with a couple of other designs that are currently in the Ko-fi shop, they will not be there for long. As soon as the new designs are up on the shop, these first designs will be retired. I do not plan on bringing them back. So, if you like these particular designs, then you now have a limited time to get them. But don't you worry. I can promise you that the new stickers will be just as adorable. Let's see, where was I? As usual, When working with alcohol markers, best to have something to protect your surfaces in the back. Doesn't matter how thick the paper is. Even with watercolor paper, I would often need to have something in the back to make sure that it doesn't seep through to the next page. Always good practice. Oh. Got my protective sheet. So what is there to say about the Snapdragon Club comic without spoiling too much? Well, it takes place in the very fantastical world of Sanctus, in which it is commonplace for humans to be transported. If you've ever seen those isekai anime, or just familiar with the concept in terms of, like, say, Wizard of Oz, or even Chronicles of Narnia, in which humans are just magically transported to a different world. It's basically the same concept. And in this case, that other world is Sanctus. But it's not really about the humans trying to find a way back. It's more like there's a reason they're here. And so now they're just trying to find their place in it. Protagonist here, Mackenzie Varens, is one of such humans trying to find her place. And of the stories that have been told so far, most of them take place in the more magically inclined continent of Ocean, where a few main species are prevalent. First, you have the anthrofolk, which are essentially any sort of peoples that are a hybrid of humanoid animals, such as the snake folk, otherwise known as the Naga. There's also the Fae, which have their own set of rules. They have true names that very few are aware of because they hold power. And they all have varying abilities depending on the type of Fae they are. And then there are the dragons, which are essentially the main source of commerce in essentially all of Sanctus, to be honest, because their shed scales are made of gold, and that gold can be melted down into golden coins, which they call doubloons. Yar. But yeah. But humans are the minority, essentially. They're all trying to figure things out while the people around them are trying to figure out what to make of humans. Luckily, it seems that most humans have been getting along fairly swimmingly. Though, not every human gets to enjoy peaceful company right from the get-go. Which we will probably be getting into as the story progresses. Let's see now. Now, unfortunately, there have been a couple of places on this page where you might be able to notice that the ink has been smudged. Because even though I thought I gave it time to dry, sometimes it just was not completely dry, so by the time I go back to erase, it smudges. But luckily, I think it's in places where it won't be too much noticeable, or even if it is, it's not going to detract from the overall feel of the piece. So I feel like the color will help to hide the blemishes a little bit, or at least help them blend in more seamlessly. But yes, I think in the Snapdragon Club's current state, even though I do have a number of stories already available on the channel, I believe it may be easiest to start off with the latest one, the Hunter's Tale. Because one, it is my, essentially first main story that is completely a comic dub. So it has sound effects and music and lovely talent of the voice actors involved, which I'm very proud of their work. But also, it's also just a nice, easily digestible slice. It's a very simple story. It's only 3 videos long, but the videos themselves are roughly around the 10-minute mark, so, you know, probably not much longer than your average TV episode. And then, if you like what the world of Sanctus has to offer based on what the Hunter's Tale provided, then, whoops, that's alright, I can blend that out. But if you enjoy the Hunter's Tale, then I would highly suggest taking a look at the slideshow for the grand opening comic, as that is technically a sequel. Or at the very least, timeline-wise, it does take place after the Hunter's Tale. And then, but do keep in mind that the slideshow is very minimalistic. You may have to stop a couple of times to read what's going on. It's also basically the first comic that I've ever done, so there's a lot of lore dumping in it, unfortunately. But that's why I feel that the Hunter's Tale is a lot easier to get into. But if you're here for the lore, then the grand opening is definitely there. And if you don't like the slideshow, there's also the straight up comic pages up on the Ask Sanctus webcomic Tumblr. If you look in the links on the channel page, it should be there. That's basically where I post all my comic pages. The Ask Sanctus webcomic Tumblr page. And then, if you just want to see what it's like to be a human recently transported to the world of Sanctus, or at least one type of human, then The Wanderer's Tale might be up your alley if you don't mind a reader's point of view type of comic. That is also a comic dub on the channel. In case you're the type who likes to be immersed into a new world. But yes, as of now, those are the only comic stories that are available. For anyone who's seen the Melt animatic that I made a while back and wondering how canon that is at the moment, technically not very canon, I'd say. It's got bits and pieces of like the sort of direction that I would like things to take, but until I have the right story beats for it, it's just going to be a concept rather than full-fledged canon. But there are elements of it that are canon, like Pyrrha living in the Castle Nightmare, or how Dreamwalker's powers work, and how the Fae collect emotional energy. Coloring this up first. I'd rather not leave like streaky lines behind for too long, because then it makes it harder for them to blend away, because alcohol ink dries quickly. Let's see, that's looking fairly smooth so far. Now let's see if this is working right now. Pyrrha the charismatic bat. And hey, that's actually one of the hosts of the Snapdragon Club. He's actually this one. So, the Snapdragon Club, the grand opening comic, actually focuses a lot on Pyrrha's backstory, what he is, why he is on Sanctus, and what he hopes to become. So that's sort of his deal, at least. But again, highly suggest, if you're looking for a completed story that I have, to start off with the Hunter's Tale comic dub, as I believe that, well, it's my best project that I've done so far in regards to the world of Sanctus. But it's also just a nice gateway as well, because the story is so concise that you can just leave it at that if you like. if you are interested, there are many other stories to tell that I hopefully will get to sometime soon. Since the Snapdragon Club is also in the Actress's Tale, which I'm working on currently, you'll be seeing Piero again in the near future, as well as the other hosts. And I intend to at least allude to, what they're about and who they are, even though the focus is going to be on Mackenzie. Because the goal with this is to have them be standalone stories in which you could jump into any one of them and at least be able to get the gist of who's who and what's going on without absolutely needing to go back to prior works to understand who they are. Let's see here. Pardon me, just making sure that the microphone is close enough that you can all hear me loud and clear. And for anyone in chat, please let me know if the audio levels are adequate. I always want to be sure that you can hear me, you can hear the music, that the music isn't overpowering my voice. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think I am pretty decent to listen to. Let's see. What am I missing? There we go. And then gotta get me some of that dark green because that is the color of Akase's hood markings. There we are. Why not? We can start with the hair first. Actually, this is the color for the hair and Akase's eyes and pendant. That gathered up coverage very quickly. Very, very quickly. which is good for me in my process, because there is now over 20 pages, possibly over 25 pages of this comic that are at least at the sketching stage by now. Basically, every page that is in this mixed media pad is all pages of the actress's tale. But it's not the entirety of the mixed media pad, because I want to say maybe 45 pages of this 62-page pad were used up for the Hunter's Tale, which I had to tear out so that I could scan them properly. So, if I was right and it was 45, I don't think it's 45. Because I know there was at least 22 pages in here, more than 22, that I had sketched out at one point, and I've done more than that since then. So maybe closer to 35? Oh well. I'll probably count later. It is more important that I get some coloring done. Just gonna add a teensy bit of orange to kinda shade the people a little bit. That's just a me thing. I like having some nice dual tones. Speaking of dual tones, there it is for Mackenzie's hair. I think someone asked previously whether or not Mackenzie is naturally like that, or if she actually dyes her hair. And I think she is the type to go through the trouble of dyeing her hair when need be. She just is a little bit vain, very fond of her own appearance. So she's probably dyeing the tips of her hair brown. And then there's the brown and Akazi's shirt, which he's from the forest, so it just makes sense for him to have more naturalistic colors, I feel. Because that's where he's from, that's where he was born. He is no city boy, but he's trying his best. That's all the browns. Okay. And hello, Alpha. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you can make it in this late hour of yours. I hope your day it went well, though. And I hope you're slowly feeling better. So, for those who don't know, Alpha is a fellow artist. He does art on Twitch, actually. So, if you ever want to check out more lovely artists, or possibly some gaming streams that he does, you can check him out on Twitch. I mean, still. I hope you've been resting well, either way. We're still on our first page of the stream. I actually don't want to use this gray, I want to use the other one. The darker one, because I have more ink of that one. I did miss a brown down here. There we are. Okay. I think at least that covers that. Feeling better by the day. That's good to hear. Sit back and relax. It's just all chill vibes here. For now, at least. Who knows? Maybe that'll change later in the stream. There we go. That's what I'm missing. Oops. Didn't miss a purple. Thought I got them all. There we go. Gotta color in all the purple. And which ones were this shade of dark blue? I think this was probably just for the table. That should be fine. Oddly enough, not many shots of the table in here. Which is perfectly fine. It's not like I won't be using this color, because I think I'll be using this a lot for coloring Puro later on. With Puro being in the Snapdragon Club is that they share a lot of colors, so I always feel like I'm at risk of losing him to the background, but that's why I leave him with black line art to help him stand out a little more. Let's see. There's that dark blue, which I definitely need. more saturated dark blue than the brilliant blue that I used earlier for the table. And I think despite Akasi coming off as nervous and awkward in this page, it's not that he's not confident in himself, it's more like he's very used to people being intimidated by, like, how large he is in comparison to everyone else, because he's a very muscular, strong Naga. It's like, you know, coming into contact with anyone you think could just beat you to a pulp. It's like, oh, that guy's terrifying. But in actuality, he is a big sweetheart. And for those who may be wondering why snapdragons, honestly, it was just because I really think snapdragons are cool. Like, they're just very fascinating as flowers to me because they do look like little dragon moths, but they're also come in very pretty colors. So I guess it's like this equal mix of beautiful and cool. But I did eventually attempt to look up, you know, flower meanings, just to see if there was anything about the snapdragon's flower meaning that I could incorporate into the stories moving forward. There isn't a whole lot outside of, like, color meanings, I suppose. Not much about the actual snapdragons themselves that I wanted to use, so there wasn't a whole lot to that, unfortunately. But I did make some in-universe meanings for them that I think may end up becoming a sort of vague-ish theme about it. But I don't want to jump the gun when I'm still figuring out things, so... But needless to say, there are blue snapdragons all over this club. And I think they look really pretty. I don't think there's too much I can say more about this page, but I do have a little bit more to say about next page, so stay tuned for that. Okay, first of all, where did I put my sky blue? They just slip in there. Oops, wrong color. But it's okay. It was a lighter shade of blue, that's all, which is easily covered up. After this, I believe all I need is black and then some white gel pen, and then this page can be considered done. So I can just go grab that. Oh. I just noticed I did not color the inside of Axie's mouth. I should do that. Checking that I colored everything else. A little bit there, and here, and here. Now, did I use pure black for that, or did I use the N6? I did use pure black for that. Alright. Good. Happy Friday. Doing work here in the background. Yep, that's the perfect use of a stream. Welcome, welcome. Local Borf continues coloring film at 10. Hello, Ferox. Welcome back. Glad to see you. But yeah, as you can see, we're almost done with the first page of the stream. Just need to color the white spots in pure black. And then I think all I need after that is to finish it off with some white gel pen in a couple places. And then I'll take a quick break to refill my sky blue because I think it is once again running dry because I've been using it so much. And as a quick reminder, if you would like to fish, just type this in and you should be able to fish. Piranhas are pretty cool. There's plenty of sea creatures that are just really cool. There's a vampire squid, there's all sorts of octopi, like the mimic octopus is really neat. And of course, when the jaws open wide and there's more jaws inside, that's amore. careful with the pure black, because it is near impossible to fix if I ever go over the lines with this one. So if I do make a mistake with this, usually that means I have to block out something, unless it's super important, in which case I might be in trouble. Although I did think of the fact that I do have like sticker paper, so it's possible that if I did do a mistake, I could possibly just take a bit of sticker paper and then draw on top of that, and then hopefully it wouldn't show up too badly. But that's just a thought. I hope everyone in chat and everyone watching the VOD is doing well. For me, I feel it's a very lazy morning here in the Creator's Garden. A lot of Borbs snoozing in the background. Give the Borbs plenty of Borb seed. But it is the end of the week. It should hopefully be a time when one is able to rest and recuperate. if not, at least not working as hard as usual. Because you got a whole weekend to look forward to. Many things could happen on the weekend. Fun things, could be productive things, but either way, I hope you get to spend the day you wish, the way you want to. Almost done with this page. The great thing about the pure black is that usually I don't have to worry about leaving the ink along the edges and worry that it'll show up later if I leave it alone for too long. Usually it's really good at blending back into the rest of the ink no matter how long it's been dried. It's just everything else I need to be wary of, especially if the ink is low. Spaces like this, and then I'll move on to the white gel pen. Alright, looking good, looking good. Where is the white gel pen? Can you see the white gel pen? Here it is. Off screen. That looks about right. And if you've read the grand opening or the Hunter's Tale, then you'll probably have an idea of what I just drew. But here are the finished comic pages, or comic panels, I should say. Not sure if I have a favorite panel on this one in particular. This one's like fairly middle ground all around, I'd say. But without further ado, next page. And here's where things get a little bit more interesting, because we're finally getting into the flashback section. In this particular area where the flashback is taking place, I did want it to feel a little bit more grungy and run down, give slightly more horror aesthetics, so I did attempt to like make it look a little bit more sketchy. You'll have like little more tiny details in the background. Because I think from what I understand is that if you want something to look horrific, you add more and more and more like tiny little details that just add to the uncanniness of it. And hopefully Mackenzie's simplistic design in comparison will help her stand out. And if not that, I know her dual-toned blonde brunette hair will definitely help her stand out, because she's going to be the only one really having any sort of warm colors, whereas pretty much everything else is going to be in colder colors. Pretty much, more or less. Also, I thought I erased everything. So, the other thing about this is that, when I was, dividing up these panels here, I completely forgot that I had meant for these to be, like, within the same box, and then just have some sort of little gradienting effect to sort of, eventually, like, fade into the next scene. But I completely forgot about that, so I ended up making like two different panels, and I was like, well, I still kind of want that gradient effect. It helps the comic flow a little bit better, knowing that it's like flowing into the next scene. So I kind of had to improvise and say, okay, well, now this is like a close-up of like the side of a building now. It still kind of gives a little bit of a faux pas of, having it like completely block it out like that, but it's alright. Also, I completely forgot also that before I start coloring, I had meant to refill my sky blue, so I'm gonna do that really quick. So as you can see, I'm using a different brand to refill a different brand of marker, and that's because it's cheaper for me this way. Also, I hope that everyone is staying hydrated. I know I have my boba next to me. Actually, do I still have it next to me? I think I do. Yes, I do. Refilling from that side. Because the thing I found with alcohol markers is that they can run out of ink on one side, but then still have ink on the other, because even the nibs hold ink on their own. It's not just all within the shared cartridge inside. But I do use the brush nib more often than I use the chisel. Which I still do use the chisel, especially for like bigger spaces. So that I can avoid bending the brush as much. Hopefully that should be enough for now. I don't think I need sky blue much for this area, except for her eyes and her seat in the Snapdragon Club, but we'll see. Put the protector in the back first. There we go. 6, which is over here. Because I'm going to need to gradient this all the way to a different color. Which is going to be a little bit rough. Possibly, maybe. So I don't actually know what color I should be coloring this guy, but it's probably going to be the cool gray. Which is perfect because I have a lot of that. I'm already there, so why not? Although this is going into the back of the building, but I guess that could also be cool gray too. Oh, why not? Why not? Sky blue into cool gray. Wrong side. That works. Actually, I wonder if I just do this and then trying to add a little bit of shading-ish in there. Close enough. So now I'm faced with a small dilemma of how I plan to color her in the flashback. Like, of course the easy answer is, oh, just use the same colors. It's still her, so you just use the same colors. But she's not in the same environment, is the issue. And depending on lighting, usually colors tend to change a bit from what you would expect. For instance, I did a little bit of experimenting that because she's walking out in the night sky, I gave her more of a light green color for her hair. So that's something I'm gonna have to think about. If the sky is grayish, then I'm going to have to pick some very unsaturated colors. And if I'm going to pick unsaturated colors, which ones am I picking? I feel like I can keep the brown as is because it's so unsaturated, desaturated. skin tone is as pale as can be, so I can probably also keep that. Cute hand on face. Yeah, I guess she does look kind of cute like that, huh? I'd say Mackenzie is probably the type who's used to using her actress status and beauty to get what she wants. Is my mic cutting out? And is it too loud, or is the music too loud? Already at like 320%. Oh, jeez. Anyways, do let me know if there's any audio issues. Because I can change the volumes. That's about as far as I can go. The mic sounds airy, like you're further away. Well, the thing about that is I am like constantly like standing up and moving around, so sometimes I'm closer to the mic, sometimes I'm further away. But like here's where I am at sitting down when I'm usually doing my art and stuff. That's where I'm at. But sometimes I'm over here, sometimes I'm a little bit closer to the mic when I remember it's there. But yeah. But if I need to turn up my mic, I can turn it up. Alright, well, how about now? Sitting down is cleanest. Well, that's a good thing because that's where I'm usually at. But yeah, that's just you know, side effect of me moving around constantly. I don't have like one of those clip-on mics that can follow me around or anything. But I like the microphone that I have. I think it's nice. But for anyone who'd like to help me fund for like a more, you know, higher grade microphone or something, I do have a Ko-fi link up here. And anyone who donates on stream gets a little like shout out, including whatever message you may leave if you feel like it. gonna use this blue. That's the wrong blue. I want the sky blue. This one actually. But yeah, I was just saying that Mackenzie just uses her actress status and looks to get what she wants. That she's that type of person. All right, another quick ink refill time, because I have a feeling that I'm going to need this one a lot more. And hello, Mr. Repairman, welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Hope you've been doing well. Grolix? You might have to explain to me that one. I think I've been doing pretty well so far. Perhaps just a little bit groggy, but, you know, sometimes it's hard to get up in the morning, right? Well, that's the official term for I see. I didn't know that. Good to know. But don't worry about whether you're late or not. I'm just happy you're here. And you know what? Since we have a decent amount of people here, I think I'll go ahead and activate an item. Alright, this is she has been equipped. Make the most of it. It only lasts for 15 minutes. You just noticed the little guys in the bottom middle? Yeah, they're just plushy versions of some of my characters. From left to right is Scotty Hijack, Piero, and Alden. I would probably call those three the characters that I wish to be the main cast of the bigger overarching plot of the world of Sanctus. At the very least, in terms of the Snapdragon Club is concerned, because I have been wanting to do Scotty Hijack's story for a long time, and but I just want to make sure that I have a decent setup and understanding of where I want to go with it beforehand, because I feel like it would also be the biggest story, which may involve Fae and demons alike. Which I know I haven't really touched upon demons a whole lot. That's because they are not of Sanctus. They are an otherworldly threat to it, as they were a threat to the creators, which is why I'm the last of creator kind. At least in the creator's garden, as far as I know. That's me speaking as the Harpy, of course. As the Harpy, my self-proclaimed duty is to protect Sanctus from the demon realm, which it's a little bit difficult, because as powerful as we are in terms of creation, we are not omniscient. We don't know everything. Speaking in character, of course. As of what's going on right now, I'm just refilling my dark gray, because I have a feeling I will be needing a lot of that. But also trying not to refill it too quickly, because I do not want it to overflow and waste precious ink. But it was getting dry. It's good from that end. Animator versus animation, but serious. Well, it would be true, except the demons are not of the Harpy's creation either. They are completely separate. It's fun to consider the cosmology and theology of your original world. Yeah, there isn't too much in terms of that. And the only things that really directly affect Sanctus are like the only thing is that the Harpy did create Sanctus. That's the major takeaway. But everything else is like, it's not like some sort of grand epic of like, oh, on this day these things were created and all that. Save for a few things. The Fae, I think, is an exception. Technically, the Harpy did not create the Fae. It was a different creator who shall not be named at present. But if you want to talk about various religions that, or like beliefs that are part of the people of Sanctus, that's a whole different can of worms. I'm sure I've mentioned it in a previous stream of how some believe that the three princesses, the ones, the three very powerful Fae that used to be the rulers of the Fae City and of all Fae kind. Like, they used to be around, and then they disappeared. And some believe that they are still around in some form, that perhaps they went into hiding. And they believe that their powers still affect Sanctus to this day. And that their powers manifest as the sun, the moon, and essentially the gravitational force that affects them both. So, when you see members or citizens of Saint Flora say, like, for soul's sake or souls raised, it's in reference to one of the princesses. Whereas some people in Riok believe that the red star in the sky is some sort of powerful object or force. Not much to say about that, but that's why in the Hunter's Tale, one of Crystal's fellow hunters says, "Thank the star you're all right." But other than that, it's also fun to think of like other expletives that are used. I know Mac used a tar dung as one. If you know, you know. And if you need a hint, tar is essentially Taur and is basically their word for like bovine cattle. And then Crystal also used the term sheathen daggers. Kind of like how one would say like cheese and crackers. So that's always pretty fun. Try to keep dungeons small, similarly simple, but I have thoughts about the world on the larger scale. Oh yeah. And I think that's just the thing too, is that while world building is all sorts of fun, like, it is, the lore of the world is not the easiest jumping point to learning about everything, which is why you do need smaller stories, like Dungeon Smalls. So, if there are people out here who like fantastical small stories, please check out Dungeon Smalls. Is another webcomic by another fellow artist in the chat. It's really cute, very fun, and still updating as of this stream. You love how there are small linguistic changes there too? I mean, it only makes sense, right? Like, Sanctus is not one-to-one with Earth. So it wouldn't make complete sense for everything to, like, completely go over. Like, I'm sure there's still, like, some humans, you know, who still say, oh my god, because they're from a different world. They came from, you know, an Earth or an alternate version of Earth where those things would still exist, so humans using oh my god wouldn't be too out of place in Sanctus. But if they were born in Sanctus and have acclimated to their own cultures that are found in Sanctus, then they would be using, you know, those sort of things. You really don't got it. You shush. You shush. You and my fellow artists deserve recognition and praise. I've already shouted out another artist's Twitch earlier during the stream, so you're getting some too. Let's see. I guess I could mention once again that I am super excited because, for those who already know, I have a sticker shop available at my Ko-fi link. But the designs there are going to be only there for a limited time, and I can say that for certain now because the sticker designs, I have new ones coming out pretty soon. As soon as I get some pictures taken, then they will be up on the shop soonish. I can't give an exact date just yet, but it is definitely coming. So if you still want the old sticker designs, this is basically your last chance to get these particular designs before they're replaced. And hopefully, when the new designs arrive, you'll see why. Looking forward to it? Yeah. I'm looking forward to everyone seeing the new designs as well. Like, I don't want to hype them up too much, but I think they're cute, and I tried my best to keep them looking a little bit more cohesive. Maybe I should be using this one. I don't know if this is less saturated. But I'm gonna try anyways. Definitely need N6 for this one. I might be in trouble when I run low on this, but we'll see. I don't have nearly as much refill ink for this one left, just because I've been using it so much. Let's see. And then grab the dark gray. I think I need a really faded. Yeah, I don't know if I want green. I guess having this gray back here isn't too bad of a start. Should I attempt alchemy? What do you think? Because I have the light purple refill and I have the dark gray refill, and I'm wondering if I should attempt to mix the two and maybe make a desaturated purple to use for the grassy areas. And hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. I hope your day has been going well. We're doing alright. A little bit groggy, but alright. We are currently on the second page of the stream. So, just as a quick recap for you. Here is the page that we finished earlier. Ooh. To this one, but I'm having trouble figuring out what to color the boggy grass stuff. But I'm gonna see maybe. Alchemy live on camera, you have to ask. Well, who knows if it'll be successful, but hey. And I will grab a piece of sticker paper that I can practice on. So, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, protect the page. 3 hours of class. Yeah. But okay. So here's the deal. Now watch and learn. Here's the deal. I have a paper cup. I have alcohol ink. I'm going to put the two together into various ratios until hopefully something comes out that looks kind of neat. Will this work? I have no clue, but I'm gonna try. You know, before I started this, I probably should have a marker ready to actually use the ink on. That would probably be great. I'm gonna quickly... which one would I be using for this? Couple of potential candidates all in my pastel set, so let's take a look. This is Rain Purple Flower. This is Red Gray. I might use Red Gray. We'll see. Antique Fuchsia. And then Pale Hibiscus. Oh, goodness, yeah, Pale Hibiscus is just out. Oh, that is very dark. That is very dark. This might not work at all. I don't think this will work at all. No. This purple is way too bright for that. I did not expect that. But I think I have a purple that matches that. It's just in my different set. Horrible thought, would it be possible to use other alcohols for refills? I'm morbidly curious, but I am not going to ask you to try that. I'm not going to try that on stream. I have heard that you can use like rubbing alcohol to like sort of refill your markers. The problem with it is that I think it's a temporary solution because it doesn't have the pigment in it. So I think after a while it would just like dilute whatever color remains within the marker. So it's not like something you can use all the time, but yeah. I think it would definitely help in at least keeping whatever ink remains moist and just using absolutely every last drop that you had within the marker cartridge. You have to use specific alcohol? Other alcohols don't mix well? Yeah, that too. That also makes sense. And the pigment is very different. Well, good thing I haven't attempted that. But I don't want this ink to go to waste, so I'm just going to find which one it looks closest to, because, spoiler alert, a lot of my purples are very low on ink. Was it pastel? No. I think it's closest to the lavender I have, so... In it goes. Oh, actually, what am I doing? Haha. Spout. At the very least, the ink is not completely going to waste, but that's alright. In the process, I think I found the purple I want to use anyways, or not even purple. I think I'm going to use a red gray. In the meantime, I need to put some of these other colors away. Okay, that's staying. And I gotta put these away. It's made me so tense pouring that over your drawing, protected or not. That was fear-inducing. Well, you know. Gotta keep the stream interesting. Gotta keep you at the edge of your seat. I kid. Not all streams are meant to be that way. Oh well, it was an experiment. But at least I found out which color I want to use for the grass. That's the whole reason I was doing that. So red, gray. I choose you. I think I've actually used this marker a whole lot before, so that's nice. That means that hopefully this will last me a little bit at least, until I need to go find a substitute ink refill for this. not be there because there's brick there, which I did not ink. I'm gonna ink that part really quick. Actually, there's a lot of parts that I should ink really quick. There we go. That looks a little better. There we go. Much better. But now, I want to color the bricks. Okay, the light blue is too late. I did not mean to pick up the N6, but I have it now, so that's how that's gonna go. There's actually a couple of spots that I do need to color in with this, so we'll do that. Back in with the gray. I will say that it should be fairly obvious. I am not used to drawing shooting weapons. But I gave myself a little bit of leniency, as one, this could just be a weird looking revolver, and secondly, the way she's holding it, I mean, let's be real, she does not know how to actually properly hold a firearm, so because she does not have much experience with one, I'm giving that a pass as to why maybe the positioning of her hands aren't the greatest. I attempt to look up references for it, but yeah. But I don't know. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot for me to pick up at the moment that I thought was relevant. Hello there, Alfie. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So just to catch you up on things, this is the, hold on. Here's the first page that we did earlier in the stream. There's a little bit of coloring of Mackenzie and Akasi. Having a good time for now. For the longest time, I always had to remind myself to like draw the drink, because if she's not holding it, I forget it's there. But now we're finally getting into Mackenzie's backstory. And I've been enjoying the coloring process of these panels in particular. It's just been a little bit tough figuring out what colors to use, but I think I've more or less decided on what I wanted. It's going to be a very monotone area. To just kind of watching a little bit of darker bits in here. Missed a couple spaces. Weeball. Yeah. It shows the coloring's coming awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, you finished watching Nightmare Before Christmas? Yeah, that's a classic for this time of year. The gloom looks great in ink. Thank you, Repairman. Yeah. I think... maybe... who knows, maybe I should just do another overlay of grays on top. That might help. That just might help to desaturate things a little bit more. Well, good thing I have more of this ink left. I'm going to go over all of it with the white gel pen. You watch Nightmare Before Christmas as much as you want. It has both, so why not both? Just you wait till it's closer to December and you got the people arguing about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's in between, so it's Thanksgiving. I mean, there was a turkey door, so you know. There's also a clover door, so you could also watch it for St. Patrick's Day. Why not? And Easter. There was an egg door, and the Easter Bunny shows up in it. Turkey Tormention. Gremlins is objectively a Christmas movie. I will admit, I have not actually watched Gremlins. So, does it take place during Christmas? Things are starting to get really messy. Okay. I might have overdone it a little bit, but but I think this page is done. Conflict starts because of a last-minute Christmas gift. Ah, I see. Does mostly take place during Christmas. Beautiful pack of candy now in blood. Ah. Gotta be careful. But here it is. Awesomeness, thank you. But yeah. Oh, whoops. I just realized that I did not color in the snapdragons yet. Well, gotta fix that. And then I also have to add even more white gel pen over there. Okay, but with that, I think that might just be the end of the stream. So yeah, one last time. Here's the final page. I might have slightly overdone it with the white gel pen as the fog a little bit, but you know what? It'll have to do, and it still gets the point across, I think. Thank you for joining us, Haruo. And thank you everyone in chat and everyone who watched the VOD for stopping by today's stream. I feel like this one went by pretty quickly, but there will be a lot more Friday streams to come, I can promise you that. Especially since, small thing, like small little fun fact, is that I was going to stop the backstory there and then move on to another page. But the story wasn't quite flowing that way, so what I'm gonna end up doing for probably next Friday stream is that I'll do this next page, and then I'll jump further to where I plan to like continue the story off. So you guys are still going to see the pages as they would flow story-wise, not chronologically how I drew them. And only then will we fill out this mixed media pad. So thank you everyone for joining me, and for the last time, if you like my characters, if you like my art and my stories, please consider taking a look at my Ko-fi link. Not only is there a link to like buy me a boba, but there's also a link to the sticker shop where you can buy these stickers. And for those who just stopped by, these sticker designs are about to be retired soon because I'm about to start making some new stickers. So if you want these particular designs, best to get them before they're gone. Because once the new sticker designs are up on the shop, these ones will be gone. So, yeah. But also, only do it if you are financially able to. Do not feel pressured to give anything if you are not able to. So, there's that little disclaimer. And with that being said, yes, thank you very much, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. And hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye. Goodbye. Happy October, everybody. The Skeleton War begins.